2024 is upon us. What does that mean if you're a real estate investor? Well, hopefully you spent 2023 getting your systems and processes right. If you haven't, get it done quick. Because what's happened is, over the last year, we had a little bit of a slowdown, not really for investors. Like if you had a good business model, you should have cranked right through all of that. But, historically, the market, kind of goes up and down, goes in cycles. A couple of years back, we had the, 2 and 3% interest rates, historically crazy rates that will never be that low again. But as rates increased to try to stabilize the economy, what happened is a lot of people kind of took their chips off the table and were waiting, right? Waiting for rates to come back down. Now, again, they're not going back to 2%. That's a fantasy if that's what you're hoping for. The Fed has announced that they're going to do at least 3 rate drops next year. Some people have said as many as 4 or 5. What is going to happen? So everybody who's had their chips on the sideline and they've been waiting, now they're going to see these rates drop and they're going to get back in. So what does it mean when the rates drop? Well, it's going to do a couple things, like affordability is going to be better, right? And also there's this perception that lower rates mean a cheaper payment. It really doesn't, because even if rates drop, but if the value of the house goes up 20%, are you paying more or less, right? But anyways, the market is going to pop when these rates drop because everybody who's been waiting is going to jump back in. So that's the retail market, right? People are going to jump back in. How does that relate to real estate investors? Let's look at who our buyers are as wholesalers, right? Our buyers are, one of the biggest buyers for us are rehabbers, right? Well, rehabbers sort of pulled back because they weren't sure what they could sell the properties for when the market really constricted about a year ago. So those guys are going to come back into the market because they're going to see things pick up. If you're a wholesaler, you really want to be getting your marketing cranking back up, right? You really shouldn't have stopped it, but if you did, let's get it going again so that you've got these leads coming in so that you can be talking to sellers, making a deal, putting those properties under contract, and then selling them to rehabbers, because a rehabber wants to buy a property. And if you're a rehabber, you should be buying now so that you can get it closed in the next few weeks and then really start working on it and have it ready to go to market once these rate drops start to pop. And even if you're ready before the rate drops hit, because someone's going to say, well, David, how do we know when they're going to drop? The market is still up. Even through all of the craziness that we've been through, the market's up over 5%. So we've still had very, very healthy growth. Because I think you're going to see a real pop, a real explosion of activity in the market, and we all need to be ready, right? All the different parts of the food chain, so to say, right? Like wholesalers need to have inventory for rehabbers, and landlords, they need to have those properties rehabbed so that they can take them to market, so that as people are coming back into the market to buy, there's available inventory, right? Because remember, before the biggest issue was not enough inventory. So having a good product and bringing it to market is where you're going to win right now. Also, if you've been a very experienced wholesaler, maybe now's the time to jump into the rehab game if you've been paying attention and you understand how to rehab properties. If you don't, just keep wholesaling. But everybody really should be dialing it up right now and really being prepared for 2024, maybe into 2025, making sure that we're just taking advantage of this. Somebody who's been through a couple of different market cycles, you can see when these things are about to happen. You want to really exploit it as much as you possibly can, because this is when you can make a lot of wealth. Hopefully you've done that. Hopefully you're prepared. If you're not, get prepared today. What does that mean, get prepared? Well, let's make sure your business is running correctly. Let's make sure you've got very good systems. If you have people that work for you, all of them understand what their role is and that you've spent the time training them to be the best negotiators possible, the best marketers possible. Really be investing in your team so that when their number is called, and their number is about to be called, they're ready to go and really outperform the market. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Go out there, get ready for what's coming. Make sure that you hit the like, follow, subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon.